National commentators had mixed debate reviews for Colorado's two presidential hopefuls, John Hickenlooper and Senator Michael Bennet. Hickenlooper was noted for his throw your hands in the air contest with Senator Bernie Sanders. Meanwhile, Bennett's appearance gave him a chance to talk about his viewpoints on Medicare for All, where he went head-to-head with Senator Kamala Harris, and I think also probably a brief hashtag or a Twitter trending about Angry Bennet. Patty, the next debate has a far tougher criteria to participate, likely one that neither Hickenlooper or Bennet are going to hit. Do you feel that that lack of participation is going to close the curtain on either one of these campaigns, or we're debating far too early in the season anyway, so who cares?
Well, talk about how early it is. At this time 4 years ago, the Republicans had yet to have a debate. So you hadn't seen that Trump was going to play as well as he did. The second debate was in September. The first was in August. So there can still be some surprises. I think the surprise probably for both Bennet and Hickenlooper was Colorado is not the center of the universe, which I think we tend to forget because we do get so much national attention because journalists want to come travel here because it's so pretty and we've got some eccentric stories. And Hickenlooper had gotten such good national press early on when he was mayor, as governor. Bennet now suddenly started getting the kind of good press Hickenlooper had gotten from George Will, but still they are small candidates compared to some other big ones. That doesn't mean they can't hang on for a while. Hickenlooper's already talking about going on a Winnebago tour of Iowa. He's a stubborn guy. Maybe he's just going to see, can he win Iowa? He's got relatives there, or he had relatives there. They're long gone. They're in the Copel era of prehistory. But he had relatives. He's got a name there. Maybe if he can play well in Iowa, that's a different way to do this.
A Winnebago tour of Iowa, and people wonder why more don't run for president. That does sound intriguing. Krista, you wrote a column about John Hickenlooper and his stance he took in the debate and what Democrats running or at least supporting their eventual nominee could learn from that. Care to expand?
Yeah, I'm proud of him. I mean, he came out with the truth, which is that if you continue to push these far extreme ideas, you're going to get elected, Trump elected again. And you look at it, Warren and Sanders want to take away our private health care. Buttigieg wants to rewrite the Constitution and pack the court. You've got another of ideas up there, everything from, taxpayer paid for abortion, paying for people's college tuition. I just paid off my MA. I don't need to pay off other people's college loans. And so you get this package of radical ideas. Even a never Trumper, and I was a never Trumper the last time around, did not vote for Trump. I'm looking at voting for Trump. And the deal is that, yeah, it's a little bit like eating out of a dumpster, but if you're that hungry, you're going to do it.
Wow, the images that brought on and probably are going to be recreated for the campaign are very powerful, Krista, very powerful. Well done. Eric, do either Hickenlooper or Bennet lose anything by just staying in the race as long as they can financially?
No, they probably don't, but that's the real question, is how long can they stay financially? And I think it's a mistake to lump Hickenlooper and Bennet together. They are not the same person here. Yes, I think they will both try to soldier on here in the Winnebago tour and whatever. But if you are not in this next debate in Houston the second week of September, you don't exist. You're not really a candidate if you are not on the debate stage. I don't care how many hands you shake going around Iowa, how many corn cobs you eat, whatever it is. If you're not on that debate stage, you do not exist as far as this campaign is concerned. I think Hickenlooper, while to Krista's point, he might have spoke some truth, there is no lane in this party for that particular message right now. I think it was a failed strategy from the beginning. I think he probably drank too much of his own Kool-Aid, speaking of a drink that came up in the last debate. And I'm not sure his strategy was even all that well executed. I think Bennet actually, even if he doesn't go terribly far in this race, emerges with his reputation more enhanced than maybe is the case with Hickenlooper. I think this has created future opportunities for Michael Bennet. I'm not sure that's the same with John Hickenlooper. And lastly, I think we buried the lead here. Obviously, we're a Colorado show and we're focused on the two Colorado candidates, but the real story to me out of this week's debates was one, how left that first night was with Warren and Sanders, and secondly, what a low bar we've created for Joe Biden, who's the putative frontrunner. And yes, he did not lose that debate, but he still looked awfully old. People will accuse me of being ageist, and awfully, raising questions about whether he can still hit the big league pitching. I think Democrats have a lot of concern about whether he is the guy to carry that torch.
I think you're personally underestimating the powerful nature of the website of Biden 30303. So, well, that remains to be seen. Anna, what's the reaction from your Colorado political connections to both of their performances, I guess not only this week, but in the past?
Well, my colleague Nick Garcia sort of wrote John Hickenlooper's political obituary after the debate, saying that most people that we've spoken to and on background have said it's time for him to get out, and that his staff knows it. It's just that he doesn't know it yet. Some want him to come home and run for Senate. Others say, no, we have a Senate field, like you don't need to be a part of it. I know someone in his campaign had said that Tuesday was it Tuesday? I think it was. The first debate, was do or die as it gets for Hickenlooper, and I just don't feel like he did. But as far as Bennet, he has a lot more money than Hick. I think he raised 3 times as much in the last cycle. People say, he comes home to a Senate seat. Like, I think he can stick it out longer. I think Eric's right that like he has a future, and perhaps one that's bolstered by staying a little longer.